and then that. You don't want to do that. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Keep Living Motovlog. I am the KL Rider. So I did a video a while back about how to smoothly control your throttle, and this is going to play right into it. This is going to help you make better decisions when it comes time to using your throttle and navigating it with your front brake. So after this, you're going to learn how to really use your front brake and control your throttle at the same time. So let's go. All right, so if you haven't seen my last video about throttle control, I'll leave it right up here, just right up in the description up here. Go and check that video out so you'll know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. All right, first things first, we need to know everything we can about our front braking system. All right, so this is our front brake. This is our front brake lever right here. All right, now I'm going to teach you something and show you something that no one has probably ever told you about, and no MSF course instructors probably told you about. Something you're probably going to learn brand new. I kind of had to learn this on my own, and it makes a huge difference about this lever. You must treat this lever, this brake lever, this is your front brake right here. This lever has sensitivity spots, meaning that when you squeeze the lever in, when you squeeze this lever in, depending on where you squeeze it at, it's either going to initiate your brake real soft, or it's going to initiate your brake really, really hard. I'm just going to tell you right now, this two finger stuff, using this two fingers, this is going to get you killed if you need to use your brakes, your front brakes, to come to a stop, especially an emergency stop. So let's forget about this two finger stuff. We're not using that. Your front brake, look how long the lever is. I want you to look at it. Look at it right here. When you use your two fingers, and you see people using their two fingers, while you're riding, when you pull this back right here, look where my fingers are. I want you to look where my fingers are really high up on the brakes. You'll notice when you ride and you pull these two fingers back right here, guess what? You have absolutely almost no braking power whatsoever. It's a very, very weird phenomenon, okay? So this two finger stuff, when you see people doing this two finger stuff, it usually means because they just want to slightly use the front brake for whatever it is that they're doing, whatever speeds that they're at, cornering, or whatever the case is. But I don't want you as new riders to get used to that, okay? This right here, soft braking up here. Your braking power is literally all the way down here where your pinky is at. Your pinky and your ring finger, this is where the majority of your braking power is at. You see this little knob right here? This little knob is a rest point for your pinky. Okay? All right? How are you supposed to grab the front brakes when you're braking and coming to a smooth stop? I showed everybody. You position your hands. You want to use the web of your hand. This is the web of your hand. The web of your hand goes in the throttle. Okay? You're not fully gripping the whole throttle like this, because what happens is that you're going to be on the throttle, and then when it comes time to brake, you're just going to automatically grab the front brake, and it's going to cause you to either squeeze the brake in either real soft because you're grabbing far up here, or you're grabbing down at the bottom where most of your braking is literally at, the sensitivity levels at, and it's going to cause a really, really big problem. And it's going to throw you over your bike, and your forks are going to dip so low into the ground. You don't want that. So to smoothly do everything, the web of your hand, your thumb is going to lock as your stabilizer. So when I put my finger in like this, my hand is going to go in to the bar. The web of my hand is now on the throttle. I am smoothly controlling the throttle. If you watched the last video, I told everybody to do this. And where does my hand naturally want to go? As you can see, my hand naturally wants to go to my front brake. All right, it's going to my front brake. So when I'm riding, my thumb is here. My thumb is locked, semi-locked. I have control of my throttle. And the only thing I'm moving is the web of my hand right here. So as I'm revving the bike, I'm coming to a stop, and I'm coming down, and I'm using all of my fingers. Now, what does everybody tell you? When you use the front brake, oh, you have to be smooth on the front brake, because if you grab too much, you're going to go flying over the throttle, flying over to your bike. Yes, that is kind of true, especially if you don't have ABS. So you need to be able to smoothly grab the front brake, but to make sure you come to a stop at the same time. So how do we do that? Real easy. What I like to do is once my hand is in and I'm coming to a stop, my hand is up here. As I'm coming to a stop, I'm getting off the throttle. This finger, my middle finger, the FU finger, that finger right here is my locking mechanism. I'm locking the front brake into my hands. As I'm locking, my pointer finger comes up, my ring fingers then come up, and as I'm squeezing the brake, my pinky and my ring finger are the main ones pulling in the brake. These two fingers are right here are not doing barely anything. So to smoothly come to a stop on your front brake, you kind of want to imagine my fingers are light. My pinky is red, ring finger is blue, orange, so forth. So I'm red, I count red, blue, orange, and I go up. So it's like my fingers are up, I'm pressing down on my pinky first, pressing down on my ring finger, pressing down on my middle finger, then my pointer finger, and now I'm squeezing all together. That's how you gauge it. If you go and grab it, and if you do all of them at the same time, you're going to get scared, you're going to jerk the bike, and you're going to feel like you're not missing, you're missing out on the smoothness of braking. So when you get ready to come to a stop, your hand goes in, your hand is going to be up here, you roll off the throttle, you come down, your middle finger, index finger, is just to grab the brake. Remember, it's not to stop the bike. That's just to pull the lever in, so your pinky and your ring finger is now the ones that's actually pulling in the most sensitive part of your brake to come to a stop. You're really, really going to notice that when you do that, your ring finger and your pinky finger are the main ones, and now you squeeze from your pinky all the way up to your pointer finger, and then now you squeeze extra hard all the way down coming to your pointer finger. So when you squeeze slowly coming in, you're grabbing your initiated brake, it's going to slow down tremendously. But as you're squeezing up, squeezing to your pointer finger, you're bringing it more. Now it's time to squeeze in extra hard as you come down. When you go up, you go down. You go up, you go down. When you go up, you're slowly and you really coming to a stop. As you're coming down, now you're able to apply way more pressure as you're coming down, as opposed to just applying all the pressure at one time. You do not want that, okay? You want your middle finger, your pointer finger, they just go, when you go in and you're riding, and I'm down here, and I'm coming to a stop, curl your fingers. You're going to curl your fingers, come down, grab the front brake, grabbing it. Remember, you're grabbing it not to come to a stop. You're grabbing it to bring it to your pinky and your ring finger. Your pinky and your ring finger should be the ones applying the most pressure. As you apply pressure, let that pressure go up. It's going up harder, and as you come back down, you're squeezing extra hard to come down, and you're going to come to a stop. Okay? All right? So that's how you ease it. When people say feather the front brake, you start with your pinky and your ring finger has the most power of the brake. This part of the brake, your front brake lever right here, this is the most sensitive part that will bring you to a stop faster than all of this up here. Everything up here, it doesn't do anything. It's almost like trying to stop with your rear brake. This literally doesn't do anything up here at all. This right here, all it is down here from this point all the way to the ball, that's what brings you to your stop. So if you're doing this, if you just do this with your fingers, you're going to come to a hard stop. Like literally, you're going to come to a hard stop. When you ride, go and do that. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to come to a hard stop. If you use just your two fingers up here, and you do this because it looks cool or whatever, you're not going to get hardly any braking power whatsoever. You get what I'm saying? So maybe they designed that on purpose. Maybe it's significant to the R3. I don't know. But I know from testing this, I was like, why am I not getting braking power up here? But down here, as soon as I squeeze here, I got most of my braking power. Because this is where it engaged. Look at the pivot point. You see this up here? Look where it starts to bend, and it's not doing anything. But now as it bends, now this is where I'm getting my braking power at. When I'm up here, you see it release up there? Look where it releases. You see where it release up here? It's not getting anything, okay? So you need to transfer that power. You need to transfer your finger power. Transfer your finger power from your ring finger, from your pinky finger to your ring finger, to your middle finger, to your pointer finger. Squeeze in, mostly with your pinky. Your pinky needs to be wrapped. If your pinky is not wrapped around that bar, you're messing up. You want to make sure that that pinky is wrapped around there, right next to that ball, because that ball is going to help you stabilize your pinky finger right there. All right? So let's do this real quick and turn the bike on. So I got the bike on. All right, so remember when I said you put your hand here, the web of your hand, my thumb is here, and this is how I ride in traffic when I'm coming up. See the throttle's up? I'm not chopping the throttle and going to grab the brake. I'm not. And then I'm doing that. When you do that, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do full throttle and then that. You don't want to do that. Look at the difference. I'm on the throttle, all right? As I'm coming down, look at that. You see the difference? My finger pulls in, two fingers pulling in, and then I'm using my pinky finger and my ring finger as the bulk of the brake, and then I'm squeezing upwards toward my pointer finger, and then I'm squeezing extra hard back down. So you squeeze, and now squeeze. You squeeze, and now squeeze, because now your pinky and ring finger are all the way on that lever down there at the most sensitive part. All right? I hope you guys got that. Okay, so I'm on the throttle. I'm revving. Look at my fingers. I'm curling my fingers. Bike is going. As I come to a stop, I use the web to come down. Hook. I'm hooking. Braking. Hook. This middle finger, this pointer finger are your hook points, not your necessarily braking points. You hook, brake, hook, brake, hook, brake, pinker and ring finger, brake, middle finger, pointer finger, hook it in to bring it to your pinky finger and your ring finger here, okay? That's very, very important. And look at my thumb, it's stabilized, I got it locked, I'm not going nowhere, okay? So that's how I ride in traffic. When I'm riding in traffic, I always have preparation here. I'm ready for the hook. Hook, brake, throttle, hook, brake. I'm not doing the whole thing. I'm not taking my whole hand and braking. I'm not taking my whole hand and braking. I'm not doing that. Throttle on, hook, brake. That's what you mean by slowly squeezing the throttle.